But there's a crucial nuance. The candle also represents patience and persistence. A mountain doesn't move overnight. The candle's flame, though constant, doesn't illuminate everything at once. It illuminates step by step, inch by inch. Faith the size of a mustard seed isn't about having a gigantic faith all at once, but about having enough faith for the next step. It's about the confidence that, even when darkness seems to return, the flame is still there, ready to be nurtured. How many times have we given up on a goal because the mountain seemed too big, or because progress was slow? The candle reminds us that perseverance, the ability to keep the flame lit even against the wind, is what truly makes the difference. True faith manifests in resilience in the face of adversity, in the ability to keep going even when the result isn't immediate. So, what have we learned from the candle and the mountain? That faith the size of a mustard seed isn't a spectacular and incomprehensible miracle, but the ability to start with a small light, to gain knowledge, to act consistently, and to persist even when the path is long. The mountain doesn't literally move from one place to another, but our perception of it changes. It becomes smaller, less daunting, and the path to overcome it reveals itself. The candle teaches us that the power to transform our lives resides within each of us, in our ability to ignite that inner flame of purpose and action. Don't wait for grand interventions. Start with your own candle. Ignite the light of your intention, your effort, your confidence, and watch as, step by step, your mountains begin to move. Are you ready to light your candle and start moving your own mountains? Think about that. We've reflected on the small flame of a candle and its power to dissipate darkness, to light our way and guide us in moving our own mountains. This flame, which symbolizes knowledge, action, patience, and persistence, is neither a new nor an exclusive idea. In fact, it echoes the timeless teachings of great masters who, in different eras and contexts, sought the same serenity and inner strength. Think of Seneca, one of the pillars of Stoicism, who taught us about controlling our perceptions and reactions to destiny, regardless of adversity. For him, our strength resides in our mind, our reason, our ability to ignite the flame of virtue in any situation. Or Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, who, in his Meditations, constantly reminded us of life is transience and the importance of focusing on what's within our control, our character, our actions, our response to events. For him, the flame of virtue was the compass amidst the chaos of the empire. And Epictetus, the former slave who became one of the most influential Stoic philosophers, whose teachings on inner freedom and the acceptance of what we cannot change deeply resonate with the idea of the illuminating flame. He showed us that true imprisonment isn't in external circumstances, but in how we interpret and react to them. The lesson of the candle and the mountain is, in essence, the core of Stoicism. The power to transform lies in our attitude, in our ability to cultivate wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. It's not about blind faith, but about confidence in our own capacity for reason and action. It's the understanding that even in the face of the greatest mountains, be they external obstacles or internal ones like anxiety, fear, procrastination, we can light the flame of reason and virtue and begin to move these mountains, step by step, action by action. It's not about miracles, but about the internal transformation that empowers us to face any challenge. May the wisdom of these great Stoics illuminate your journey and inspire you to light your own candle, moving your mountains with purpose and serenity. We arrive at the crucial point where all the pieces fit together through a journey of self-discovery, revealing how the small candle flame, representing knowledge, action, patience, and persistence, has the power to help us move the mountains in our lives. We saw that this flame isn't a symbol of an external miracle, but rather of the intrinsic power residing within each of us. The mountain of doubts, the fear of uncertainty, the challenge of changing ingrained habits. All of this begins to yield when we ignite the light of understanding, take the first step of action, and cultivate perseverance. This wisdom isn't new. It resonates with the voices of masters who long before us lit their own flames. Seneca, with his distinction between the controllable and uncontrollable and the pursuit of virtue. Marcus Aurelius, with his meditations on character and resilience, and Epictetus, who taught us about the freedom residing in our minds, regardless of external circumstances. These icons of Stoicism, each in their own way, show us that true strength isn't in moving literal mountains, but in transforming ourselves. It is in the discipline of perception, in the serene acceptance of what we cannot change, and in action focused on what we can control, that true power resides. The message is clear. You already possess faith the size of a mustard seed. It's not a distant mystical force, but the innate ability to ignite your own inner candle. This flame is your reason, your virtue, your resilience. Use it to illuminate the dark areas of your life, to take the first step, to persist when the path is difficult. Just like the great Stoics, you can learn to live with purpose, serenity, and true freedom, moving your mountains one candle action at a time.